guys, what's up? I know that I had posted this past Friday about getting either a video or I was going to do a live stream on basically what wasn't said when Angie and I did the roundtable discussion. Now, before I even get started, I know that people call her Angie. I don't say that name that way. So when you hear Angie, that's exactly who I'm referring to. Okay. Um, Look, there's going to be different things that I have to say here. Hopefully, it's not all over the place. It might be, but it is what it is. Right. Um, Let me tell you something. The title of this, they were looking for an out. I'm going to get into the roundtable discussion that was to take place. But first, I'm going to say the things that I had not mentioned while I was on the panel with Angie and myself. It was the first panel I was ever on. So I was a little bit nervous. I didn't want to talk over her, I didn't want to interrupt her. I really was trying to watch my mouth. I do think, a couple of times, I cursed and stuff. And I had spoken to her beforehand about that. That was a concern for me because when you're on somebody else's channel, you know, you want to be respectful to them. And, I just didn't want to get out of control. Um, but there is some things that I didn't say when it comes to Bombshell that I'm going to address first. And then I will be addressing the roundtable discussion that was to take place. So here we go. Just a few things. This isn't going to be all about, Bombshell, but just a few things that I didn't say on that stream that I wanted to say. First and foremost, Bombshell is somebody I've watched along with other channels, like I said, for some time. One of the reasons that I would watch Bombshell is because she was able to make me laugh, as she has been able to do for a lot of people. Not everybody has the ability to do that, you know. And there's a lot of people that life isn't easy for them, and they go looking for some entertainment. They are looking to fit in somewhere. I mean, I don't know everybody's reasoning for coming onto YouTube, okay? But for me, it was like YouTube's a hobby for me first and foremost. I've never um, thought I was going to make any kind of money here, nothing like that. So for me, I buzz around YouTube. I've already told people multiple times, I usually was in the bushes. I don't talk too much, typing wise, but I'll listen. So that's what it was, when it comes to Bombshell for me. She does have the ability to make people laugh. So anyway, this is what I didn't um, say when I was on the panel with Angie. Listen, I know Bombshell has done a lot of things. I've said it different times. I've never sat and said Bombshell was completely innocent in things, okay? Never once did I did that. She'll tell you herself she's not. So anyway, but these are the things I wanted to say. First and foremost, did Bombshell ever pull up on anybody? Did she ever go to anybody's house? Not that I know of. Okay. Did Bombshell ever call landlords, homeowners, stuff like that? I don't think I've ever heard that she's done that. Again, yes, I know Bombshell has done some things. She'll admit that herself. Okay. I personally have heard Bombshell admit to doing things in the past. She says she doesn't do those things anymore. You got to take somebody's word, because that's all somebody has is their word. Yeah. Bombshell has never said she was some innocent person. Again, I've heard Bombshell take accountability a few times for things she has done. Nobody's perfect. I know I'm certainly not perfect. So, you know, I have heard her do it. Maybe not like everybody else thinks she should, but at the end of the day, she has done it. Okay. Um, when it comes to Bombshell, listen, I've said this like it's a broken record over and over. When you have somebody coming at you, until it happens to you, you don't know how you're going to handle that situation. All right. And me as a person, I can't tell somebody else how they should handle something that's being done to them. I just can't. You know, Bombshell has people that are continuously defaming her, harassing her, trying to intimidate her all the time, it seems like. And when that's happening to somebody, to an individual, do you think they're just not going to like have something to say? They're going to just sit back and take it. Everybody knows Bombshell's not like that. She's going to stand her ground. She's going to stand for what she believes in. At least that's what I see of her. Okay. Um, my big thing is I find it really hard to believe that you guys don't think other people don't see what's being done. You know, you have people watching what she's doing. You have people watching what you guys are doing. It's always a back and forth, back and forth. At some point, somebody's got to say enough's enough. I guess we just haven't gotten to that point. Maybe we never will. I don't know. But I mean, like, the stuff that's going on is crazy. It is just, it's absolutely crazy. And look, anybody should be able to speak up on their thoughts and their feelings without having to worry about who's going to look them up, who's going to do real life shit to them, or are they just going to be attacked for their opinion? Everyone's allowed their own opinion. I've never said that somebody's not allowed to have their opinion. We all do. Opinions are like assholes. You know, that's what they say anyway. Everyone's got one. What I don't understand is how people just forget what is said about them by others. Like, rather if it's on JJJ's side and they're talking about the people that are in Bombshell's channel, right? It just seems like people have so much shit to say until they up and leave. And then, you know, if they go over to Jenny's or whatever they do you just forget about all the shit that was talked about you? I mean, seriously, is it just forgotten or what? Then everything's all, you know, cool and we're good. I don't understand this shit. I don't. The bottom line for me, I go by how somebody treats me. And when I say that, yes, I know there's a lot of things that are said about Bombshell, things she's done, you know, said to people, whatever it may be. But I go how I've been treated. I don't go by what other people say about her, as I wouldn't do how somebody says, you know, if we're going to use Bombshell with this, I would go by how JJJ has treated me, or, you know, something like that, as an individual person, not what I hear other people say about Bombshell or about Jenny Jen Jen. I look at people for them, not what other people are saying. So if you treat me with respect and you're a decent person to me, that's what you're going to get from me in return. Okay. I don't play child games. I'm a grown ass adult and I act like it. I'm always going to act like it. I'm too old for this bullshit games, like just way too old for it. Next, I want to talk about, I'm in no Discord. I think that I made that pretty clear before. I don't do Discords for a reason. When I first came to YouTube, I was told pretty bluntly, don't do Discords, they're bad news. So I stay out. All right. I stay out of discords. I don't want no part of discords. So they're just not for me. I also don't speak to Bombshell in private. Okay. I know people do. I just don't. All I do is just try to be supportive of her channel and the other channels that I watch. Just because I'm doing it, in a quiet way and I'm not just typing like a maniac, that doesn't mean that I'm not supportive of somebody. I don't appreciate the bullshit people have to say just because you're supportive of somebody's channel. Hypothetically, even if it's like the opposing person or whatever. Like, the chatters don't, the subscribers, whatever you want to call it, they do not need to be treated like garbage because they support somebody else, that you may not like or whatever. Like, that's some bullshit. And I feel like it's really childish. Really, really childish. So there might be some other things here, before I'm finished. I also want to say when it comes to Bombshell, because I'm trying really hard, I don't want to make this video super ass long. Bombshell's never asked me for money. Bombshell's never asked me for anything. Not at all. If anything, Bombshell has played a couple of my videos in her streams. She did help me with my channel to get me over, get me to the 1,000 mark. I wasn't awfully far away, but, still. So yeah, I don't dispute any of that. I didn't ask anybody for anything. So, that can't be said. But at the end of the day, I think Bombshell has helped a lot of channels as other creators help channels as well. And I do thank her for that. I do appreciate that. I would say that to anybody, because listen, you do not have a channel without subscribers. You just don't. And I have always tried to be decent to the people that were a part of my channel. Again, I treat people the way that I want to be treated. That's really what it comes down to. I'm not out here doing no fuck shit, okay? I don't do that stuff. So if you're decent to me, I'll be decent to you until you give me a reason not to be. That's how I feel about it. But Bombshell's never asked me to do anything for her. If anything, she tells her subs to stay out of her shit. That she can do it herself, that she can stand up for herself. And as people can see, she's been doing it a hell of a long time. Like, this is before people's eyes. Your eyes aren't lying to you, They're just not. There's just no reason for this shit. And this is why I said, I feel like Bombshell's a strong ass person because no matter how you look at this, there is multiple channels that are constantly coming at her. Nobody can deny that. Now, am I going to say when she fires back, that's why they're responding, or vice versa? She's responded to them. It's going to keep going because, like I said, I've watched both of the channels that, well, there's obviously more than just like Bombshell and Jenny Jen Jen's channel, but a lot of the people that are coming for Bombshell are associated around Jenny's channel. So I know people may say, oh, well, then that's just one channel coming at Bomb. It's not. It is multiple channels. And for her to take this shit as one person sitting on her channel, trying to fight all these people all the time. I mean, come on. You can't be some weak ass bitch. Seriously. So, this is why I've said nobody's been able to run Bombshell off. And she has stood her ground, whether people like it or they don't, Do I wish that this shit would stop? Yes. Because this can't be good for nobody. Do I think it will stop? No, I don't. I think, again, like I've said before, I think people's hate clouds their judgment. And if they could just do their thing and find something else to cover, and she, Bombshell could do her thing and run her channel and just try to be happy, everybody just be happy and do their own thing, that would be awesome shit. But I don't see that happening, unfortunately. I just don't. So, again, there might be some other things in here when it comes to Bomb, because I obviously don't want this just about Bombshell. But there could be some other things. So, let's get to this roundtable discussion. The title of my video, they were looking for an out. Look, nobody was looking for an out, okay? First and foremost, I wasn't the one that was in contact with Jenny Jen Jen, all right? Angie was. Angie's a nice girl. She's a nice woman. I think she's a great person from what I can tell of her. She's never been nothing but kind to me. When it was asked of Angie and I to do a panel with JJJ and Paige, I was all for that. All for it. I was in. Because there's a lot of things that I felt I had to say, things that I've been upset by. And Angie knew this. And there was things she had to say. It was said that, oh, we had to get permission from Bombshell. Are you fucking serious? Nobody had to get permission for anything. That's the thing. You think like everybody's just like ran by her and she has the say so about everything. Like, we have our own minds, people. And this is why, like, especially for me, I can only speak for me. Okay. I'm in charge of what I do. I am not like, I don't do what somebody tells me to do. I do what I want to do. And Angie doesn't come across to me that way either. Yes, she did want to talk to Bombshell and be respectful and say, hey, how are you going to feel about this? Did that deter Angie from wanting to do anything? No, she just wanted to basically be respectful enough to give, Bombshell a heads up. Yo, this is what is going to happen. Are you cool with it? But there was no getting permission from Bombshell. And I don't know why you guys think that Bombshell controls anyone, because I know she does not control me. Okay. So there was no secret. Nobody was pissed off at, I'm sure there was people that didn't want it to happen, but you got to hear Angie's response when she said she did talk to Bombshell. Bombshell didn't say at all, hey, no, you better not do it. Yeah, it was said about, Angie's panel, because if we're on Angie's panel and, we don't got to worry about this person coming up, that person coming up, because let's just be for real. That's how things happen on Jenny's panel. And we don't need, if it's supposed to be 2 and 2, you don't need everybody and their brother coming up and putting their words into it, That's what was said about that. But listen, nobody was scared. Nobody was looking for a way out of the roundtable discussion. When Angie and I started talking and discussing how we were going to go about this, what we were going to do, I stated to her, I said, listen, we're in this together. Okay? If at any time you do not feel comfortable with this, then it just won't happen that way. Okay? Because I'm not that kind of person. I'm not going to push somebody to do something if they're not comfortable about it. And that's the end of it, period. So we were still on board to do this roundtable discussion. Again, I even said it on her panel. I was all for this. As that week went on, there was some things that happened. I'm not going to get into that. Everybody knows what happened. And it wasn't cool, right? It was upsetting, again. Angie and I, talked, and I just, I could feel that she just was leaning away from doing this, right? And I was pretty angry. There were times that I talked to her and like I was ready to go. Like I wanted to go live. Like I was upset. And then I had to check myself, right? And be like, just calm your shit down a little bit. So, no. It was canceled between you guys, well, with all of us, because I'm not going to force somebody that didn't want to do this after everything that had gone. And I was angry about it too. I'm not going to dispute that, but I was still ready to go. I'm not a weak bitch. All right. I'm just, and I'm not saying Angie is. So that's not at all. But what I'm saying is that when I get fired up, I'm just ready to go. Okay. And there's people that handle themselves in a different way. So that's what I needed to specify with that. All right. I was on board the entire time. I was ready to go. And unfortunately, it just didn't happen. It just did not happen. And we ended up doing our panel together. And Angie said, hey, if you want to go and pull through with this, she wouldn't be, upset or anything with me to go ahead. But she just, and I said, no, we're in this together. Like I said, we can just do it on your channel and it'll just be us. And that's exactly what we did. And in doing so, you've seen what happened. Jenny went live on Rumble, her and Paige, and there was a stream. And, look, the chat didn't have very nice things to say. And before I end this, there's some things I have to say about this, okay? Because if you really wanted a roundtable discussion like adults, like the things that were said in the chat, come on now. I mean, really? Overall, I think it's pretty sad that, there's something that couldn't have maybe been said that could bring this to an end, but it didn't. And I just think it's pretty shitty that because this didn't take place, you have a chat full of people talking all kinds of shit about Angie and myself. And it's just cool. We're getting trashed in the chat and it's just cool, And Jenny Jen, I have to ask, you made a comment to your chat that said, these are two of Bombshell's biggest butt lickers. Why don't you tell everyone why nobody knew about the roundtable discussion and kept saying that we were in trouble? Again, nobody was in trouble. Bombshell didn't scold me, I can tell you that. And she didn't scold Angie, because Angie talked to her before this ever took place. I didn't, but Angie did. But why are you saying that we're two of her biggest butt lickers, but yet you wanted to have a roundtable discussion with us? I don't even understand that. Content, what was this for? Seriously. Because what we were looking for was for some way to get this shit under control, because people are tired. People are tired of it. For real. And yes, I know Bombshell's chats, and I'm sure there were people in Angie's chat that had their thoughts and feelings about shit too. Look, I've never said anybody's chat is not said and done things maybe they shouldn't, okay? And everybody is entitled to their own opinions. But when we're up on, a panel and we're talking about this, and, there were a lot of pretty rude remarks while Angie was talking. And, then shit was being said about me too. But seriously, Jenny, these are two of Bombshell's biggest butt lickers. Why? because the round table didn't take, the discussion just didn't get done. Like, that's some bullshit for real. I couldn't believe when I heard you say that. So obviously it just didn't matter, I guess. Because you want to call us big butt lickers to bombshell. Everybody wanted, there were so many comments that I read because I got to see it. It got recorded for me. Okay. There wasn't just clips this time. It was recorded. Uh, you know, you kept saying how we're fucking slow, that we're weirdos. I mean, all kinds of bullshit was being said. It's fucking disturbing. Who is anybody to be calling us slow? Angie doesn't speak fast, okay? And there's times personally with me, I might have one thing that I want to get out of my mouth and I'm thinking about something else, okay? But the fucking shit that was said about us by these chatters, okay? That's what I'm talking about when I say, when people leave bombshell and these people have said so much shit and talk so much shit about these people and then they run and they go to the other side. Like, I don't even fucking understand it. All right. Because if you're going to talk shit about me and say that shit about me and you don't even fucking know me, yeah, we got problems. Straight up. Because I don't appreciate that shit. Not at all. You have people that were just downright ignorant, saying that we're weak, we can't do anything without bombshell, that we're not adults, they're bombshell's kids, they do as she says, as they're told, we can't speak for ourselves, we had to get permission. The fuck? Hey, nobody had to get permission. Again, we do think for ourselves. As much as everybody wants to put us all together, we do think for ourselves, okay? And then saying how bombshell was calling Angie and everything else to tell her what to say. Like, the fucking shit that was being said was just insane. Insane. No wonder they declined the round table. They are too slow to hold a conversation. Just like all kinds of stupid bullshit. And then like other ones, like some really stupid ass comments. Oh, Stacy doesn't want to lose her wrench. They don't want to lose their wrenches. Bitch, I don't got no wrench in bombshells, and I like it that way. Okay. So I mean, it's just some stupid bullshit. We were called weak ass bitches, controlled bitches, scared asses. Another one, talk so slow it takes forever to get a sentence out. This chick is so boring. We're more interesting than these two stupid idiots. I mean, like, for real? So, yeah, you wanted a roundtable discussion with us while, yeah, the chats would be separate. So there wouldn't be no fighting that way, which was a damn good idea. But why? While they trashed us and shit, these fucking people don't even know us. You're saying this shit because we support Bombshell? I mean, what the fuck? But I'm not supposed to think this shit isn't childish? Get the fuck out of here. I mean, for real. And then, you had people in there saying, well, I'm going to support who I'm going to support. Don't you think that people that go into bombshells think they're going to support who they're going to support? Like, I don't even get this bullshit. Like, for real. Then you had comments, along with the slow bullshit. Well, she wasn't in express classes. Who the fuck you talking to? You don't know what classes I was in. I can tell you that. Like, this shit gets me fired the fuck up. Like, I as I'm saying this, I'm getting pissed off. This is one of the reasons that I had to really wait to do this. But as you can tell, it probably wouldn't have mattered. Because I'm really sick and tired of the bullshit that comes out of these people's mouths that doesn't even know us. And it's funny because on my channel, if you go back when I started my channel, tons of videos up until when I come back to YouTube after taking almost 2.5 years from doing shit on my channel. You never heard me say the F word once. Not one time. But I'm to a point with YouTube, like, I just don't got the patience anymore. I'm tired of people's bullshit. I'm tired of people that act like fucking children. And that, they're sitting behind their keyboard talking all this shit. I love a bitch to come up to my face and say it, okay? Because that's who I am. I'm sick of the keyboard warriors. I'm really tired of it. I don't fucking get down like that, all right? And, you got these snitches that like to go and, say shit. Where I come from, yeah, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to shut up. So, yeah, I know there's more. I know there's so much more, but I am at 32 minutes. And I'm not going to keep this shit going. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to keep, well, there's another video. There's another video. Bottom line, I support who I want to support. I go by the way they treat me. You do something wrong to me, well, then we're done. All right. But for these people that don't even know me, okay, to talk the shit that they do, it's childish and it needs to fucking stop. Because I don't talk this shit about you guys. Go find me a comment where I talk shit about any of you. And as far as me being a neutral person, nobody's going to change that for me. Not anybody. Months ago when I brought up about Ginny Gin Gin and the oxygen tank, I stand by that. When I brought up the shit about Bombshell, I stand by that. Nobody deserves this shit day in and day out, for real. It's enough to make anybody crazy. Seriously. And they're not the only two I've ever talked about on my channel. Nobody's going to change. When I came to YouTube, I said I was neutral, and I'm always going to be neutral. I'm going to watch things for myself. And if I've got something to say, I've got something to say. I do not agree with everything that goes on, all right? I have my own mind. The only person that I'm in control of in what I say and I do is Stacy, not what somebody else says and does. So stop grouping people together, all right? We're all our own people. We all have our own minds, all right? Nobody controls me. And I don't see anybody controlling anybody else. If they choose to do something, that's on them. What I choose to do is on me. And I don't go around talking shit about people. If I've got something to say, I come onto my channel. So yeah, I'm going to end here. They were looking for an out. Nope, you're wrong. So I hope everyone has a great night. I am going back to doing what I was doing. I have a busy night ahead, and I'll talk to you later. I will talk to you all later. Got my words a little mixed up. I guess I'm still a little bit pissed off. So yeah, have a great night, everybody. Be safe. Talk to you later. Bye.